I hope that you guys are doing well in this lockdown. We're nearing the end. Thank you, hallelujah, thank you, Jesus. Woo! Jokes.
We shall overcome. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Doing, Being, Becoming, where we aim to inform, impact, influence, and inspire. I truly hope you have been enjoying our videos thus far. And how will I know that? By you commenting. Yes, by you liking, by subscribing, by sharing, by watching. I mean, it's as clear as rain. Really. Anyway, in today's video we are going to be taking a bit back and just talking about how you get into occupational therapy, the subject that you may need, the process, and maybe what you can expect once you have been accepted into the program. And then I'll close off just with a few qualities that you may want to possess if you want to become an occupational therapist. Again, these are not set in stone, but it certainly does help to make your job a little bit easier. Okay, so occupational therapy is a 4-year program at all the universities that it's offered, and thankfully for us in South Africa, it is offered at an undergrad level. It's offered at all the major universities except for Nelson Mandela University and Northwest University. They say they offer it at the University of Limpopo, but on the website I don't see anything like that, so I don't know. You can go confirm that on your own. So University of Pretoria, University of Cape Town, University of Free State, University of Witwatersrand, UJ, Stellenbosch, what am I forgetting? UWC. Yeah, so if you are familiar with any of those universities, then they offer occupational therapy there. How it works at Stellenbosch, obviously, because that's the only vantage point I can speak of since I'm an alumni of Stellenbosch. Okay, so how it works is if you are accepted into the program, you do your first year at Stellenbosch, which is the main campus, and the rest of the 3 years, the remaining 3 years, you do on Tygerberg campus, which is in Bellville. Reason being is that most of the subjects modules that you take in first year after on main campus, and then afterwards you make the switch onto the medical campus onto Tygerberg. So what do you need to be able to study occupational therapy subject wise? So I think all of the universities are more or less the same, but again, I advise you to go and do your own research. So this video is by no means a golden standard, so it's just supposed to add a skeleton to things that you don't know, so you can build on that, and maybe just add some color to things you already know. Okay, so first things first, to have a successful application for occupational therapy, you'd need to do your NBTs. Now, your NBTs are your National Benchmark Test. So that's basically what it is. Okay, so it's just a test where they'll be able to determine and assess whether what you already know academic-wise is sufficient for you to be able to make a swift transition into the demands of university. So they test your language skills, they test your numeracy skills, and they test your mathematic skills. Also, just important to note that your NBTs actually have to be written by the time applications close, which is by the 30th of June. Most health science applications close around that time. Just heads up. Okay, so in addition to the NBTs, what else do you need to have? Okay, so bare minimum, okay, is you need to have a 50% aggregate, which is excluding life orientation. You need to have a level 3 for mathematics. I'm guessing that's maths pure and not maths lit. At UWC, they allow you to have a level 5 in maths literacy for occupational therapy. You need to have a level 4 in life science, and they strongly recommend that you have a physical science as well. Okay, so those are the minimum requirements that they stipulate at Stellenbosch. At UWC, additionally, they do state that you need to have an additional language to English, which Stellenbosch also says actually you need to have English level 4, I think. you need to have an additional language to English. So I'm guessing that's either Afrikaans or isiXhosa. I'm saying either Afrikaans or isiXhosa because UWC is in the Western Cape, and most of the people there either speak English, Afrikaans, or isiXhosa. So for clinical work, then you need to be able to communicate with the clients in those languages. So I see they took it away in Stellenbosch's requirement list, but I would also strongly urge that you do work on your Afrikaans proficiency as much as possible for academic purposes, because they do teach in English and in Afrikaans, so it just helps to get a clearer picture if you can understand both languages, and for clinical exposure as well. Also, if you speak Xhosa, that's a win for you. Okay, so just to give you an idea, the subjects that I took in high school were life sciences, so long ago, life sciences, history, and business, and maths, okay? And I was able to make it into the program with those subjects. Also, additionally, they had this form called the non-academic merit form. So I'm leading into like the process now, the non-academic merit form, where it's basically a form that has all your extracurricular involvements on. So everything that you do outside of school, then you can actually like put it there, you know, and like flex a bit to let them know and show them that actually you are more than just brains, okay? You are leadership as well, you are culture as well, you are all of that in a bag of chips, okay? So just to like encourage you that if you aren't currently involved in extracurricular activities, that those actually do help in giving you a level up in your application. Also, occupational therapy is a selection criteria course. So I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but basically what I'm trying to say is that they only have like a limited number of people that they accept. So I think in my year when we first started, we were around like 55, 56 people that they accept in a class, and that's how big your class is. So you really want to do your best to be like up there, okay? That's how I'm saying like minimum are those subject requirements, but you really want to like be up there, you know, get that 80 and above aggregate if you can, so that you can show them that I deserve to be here. Okay, so you're probably asking yourself like, okay, I have all these subjects that like, but what are they actually useful for? What are they a building block to? Okay, so once you actually get into the program, you've been accepted, congratulations, well done, you're gonna be an OT, yes. Okay, so what do you actually do like once you're there? What are the modules that you're going to take? So this has changed a bit since I've graduated, but the modules still stay the same. You know, they've just like tweaked when you do them and how packed or laid out they are, okay? So firstly, you have the occupational therapy module that's carried out throughout the 4 years, because that's your major. Then you'll be exposed to psychology over the first 2 years, I think. Psychology, sociology, anatomy, biology, special physics, physiology, industrial psychology, pathology, and research. That's just to give you a feel of like the things that you will be doing while you are in varsity during that time. And by the end of your 4 years, because you did like a mini dissertation, you will graduate with your honors. Yes, straight into, okay, anyway, so that's what it is. Okay, so now you know that you want to do OT. You have all the requirements because a babe is an A student, like what else? Okay, now you want to think like, okay, where do I actually go to study? Okay, like I said, you have like 8 to 9 options of varsities you can go to, but I would strongly suggest that like first thing you look at is a university that like aligns with your brand. You know, because you don't want people messing up your brand. Okay, but jokes aside, I do suggest that you actually look into what each program offers specifically, because like I said, they are all similar, but they have their differences. And also just like the bigger university in general, like the organization, what does it stand for, you know, what does it pride itself in, what is it actually known for, you know, because that's actually going to help you get work after university as well, you know, because we're gonna be like, oh, you're from here, and they trust the name. So legit, like, you want to align yourself with a trusted brand out here, okay? We're building brands, building images. Anyway, in addition to aligning yourself with this brand of a university, you want to look at what else the university offers, you know, besides occupational therapy. If you want to improve on your leadership skills, like, do they offer debating? Do they offer choir? How good is their choir? Do they have dance? Do they have sports? How, you know, established is their sporting league situation thing? You know, those are things that you want to look at, because you're not just developing like your mind, you actually want to develop your whole self. 4 years is a long and expensive time for you not to have taken advantage of everything that is at your disposal. So you also want to look at that and what else the university offers besides just the course, okay? So yeah, that's just an extra 0.1 to what you have to look at. Number one, to the things that you have to look at is acceptance. Obviously, you're going to go to the university that accepts you, okay? Now, again, you're not going to apply to only one university. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, okay? So you're going to apply to as many universities as you can, and then the one that you, or the one that accepts you, you know, like, just assume that they're all going to accept you, and then you'll just be like, choose that. Okay, then you're going to go to the one that accepts you, okay? So firstly is the university that accepts you. Secondly is funding, because that's it. Good do the Papa Health Science, hey, is very expensive there, because the lab, the textbook, you know. You must also take into consideration that academic costs, tuition fees, that's what they call it. Tuition fees aren't just that, okay? So that's just basically the cost of you getting inside the classroom. That 42,000, 38,000 is for you getting inside the class. When you are inside the class, you must buy the textbooks. The textbooks from 800, 2,000, you know, is wow, okay? Again, that internet, that Wi-Fi, you know, those things that they don't, the food, the residence, okay? So you need to consider all those things as well, okay? Funding, okay? So you're gonna go to the university that accepts you, and also you need to look at the funding. So yeah, you need to be wise and just like try and find bursaries, okay? I know it's quite difficult, but you need to like try and find bursaries. So obviously, if you at, you know, like Stellenbosch University, you get accepted there, and they give you like a recruitment bursary, obviously you're gonna go to Stellenbosch, because I mean, like, who lets that go? Okay. So funding is also going to be another thing that you are going to look at. Thirdly is going to be the grander location of the university, okay? You're not just going to be confined most on campus, you're going to want to go off campus, okay? So you want to go to an area where you are going to be feeling comfortable in that area. You're going to want to go into an area where your standard of living is not sky high, wow. You're going to want to go to a place where, depending on whether you want to live close to home or far from home. Obviously, if you want to live close to home, then you're going to choose one that's closer to home. But if you want to be like, deuces guys, wow, then you're going to go as far as you can, okay? Like with me, I'm from Witwatersrand, as I stated in my first video, and I wanted to go to Stellenbosch, firstly because, you know, like, again, brands, and also because like the whole Stellenbosch environment is almost like, you know, Witwatersrand on a grander, more cultured scale, with the wines and the, you know, so it is very easy for me to make the transition from my hometown to Stellenbosch. Also, the standard of living is not that high. I mean, obviously it's gonna be high because it's a city, but like, it's not that high, you know, you can kind of manage. So those are the things that you need to consider as well. Also, like, if you don't have a car, like, is transportation safe there? Like, is it safe there? You know, if you want to go home, are you going to struggle, or is it going to be easy? Are you going to go by plane, taxi, bus? You know, like, those are things that you need to be able to consider as well. Yeah, so just lastly, what kind of person studies OT anyway? Like, what? Who does that? Jokes. Superheroes. Superheroes, WOT. Okay, this actually didn't happen intentionally, but I came up with 3 P's of the kind of person or kind of characteristics you need to have or work on to be able to study OT. Firstly, you need to be passionate, okay? You need to be passionate. You need to be passionate about your work because firstly, you need to believe in this product that you are selling, because health service is a product, okay? So you need to be passionate about what you are doing, so that first of all you can be effective in your therapy, so that you can actually be able to be engaged in and trust the process, and also so that your clients and your patients can actually be easy for them to collaborate with you, so that you can main bomba and move this whole process forward so you can see results. So you need to be passionate. Secondly, you need to be patient because, it's a very lengthy process, okay? Results don't come overnight. So you need to be able to stick it out until you see the first result after months. And even though it's this small, but you celebrate because it's a victory. Whoa, it's a wonderful day. Oh, yes. Thirdly, you need to be a problem solver, okay? So, like I said and like I explained, occupational therapy is all about helping people engage in activities that are meaningful to them. And the reason why they aren't meaningful in the first place is because there are barriers that are limiting them from being active in those activities. You need to be a problem solver so that you can actually be able to see results and help your patients and your clients actually engage in things that are meaningful to them despite the obstacle. So with that goal, you'll need to have some creative spark. And creativity, guys, is not, drawing well, okay, those artsy things. No, we're not art ladies, okay? That's not what it is. Okay, creativity is being able to be innovative and being able to solve problems, okay? So, seeing a solution where everybody sees a problem, that is us. And if that's not a definition of a superhero, then you tell me what it is. Okay, so basically, that's that's what's up. I think I covered most of the important things. If there's anything else that you really would like to know regarding getting into OT and how you apply and how you study and all the rest of that, just comment down below. Also share this with people who you know are interested in the profession, and then we can just start the conversation in the comments box. But really, we need more people. We need more OTs, guys. We need more OTs, really. Alright, okay, so that's all for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it and learned a lot. More than anything, let it be a call to action for you to actually be an OT. Do the most, share, watch, subscribe.
OT, there's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray.